we get there and before we get to Tony Bruno, I want to get to this graduation story, this topic that I've been kicking around in my head for the last 20 hours or so. And it kind of started yesterday when Stalker had all sorts of commencement speeches on the cut sheet. We had Scott Pelley from 60 Minutes on CBS talking about in front of Wake Forest University how journalism is under attack. We had a Kermit the Frog commencement speech at the University of Maryland. And my wife's best friend is a teacher in the Bethlehem area school district at Liberty High School. And she was texting me about some graduations and some ceremonies, how absurd they're becoming. And then I got an email from my daughter's old elementary school when they were in Nashville for K through 4 in Davidson County with that school district. And then I got 3 emails yesterday between 11 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. from the Wissahickon School District about graduation ceremonies coming up, dates, times, where to be, where to park, make sure you have your tickets, all this stuff, right? And these automated emails that every parent gets. So I went on the Wissahickon School District website just to make sure I have all the basic facts correct. So there are 4 elementary schools in Wissahickon School District. My daughters go to Bluebell. There's Lower Gwinnett, there's Shady Grove, and Stony Creek. So there's 4 of them, K through 5. And then they all descend upon Wissahickon Middle School for grades 6 through 8. And then grades 9 through 12, they go to Wissahickon High School. And I was thinking about this. Now, in these emails, there's a kindergarten graduation. There is a 5th grade graduation, which I will not be here on Tuesday, June 10th. My daughters have graduation at like 8:45 or 9:30 in the morning. I'm going to go to that. Then there is also an 8th grade middle school / junior high school graduation. And then there's, of course, high school graduation. So by my math, potentially 6 graduations that you can attend. Kindergarten, the end of elementary school, the end of middle school / junior high school, college, and perhaps grad school. Now, let me say this first of all. I don't ever recall. I don't know about you, Dawn, or you, Greg. You and I are about roughly the same age. Do you remember having this many graduations for every step through your academic career?
No, I had a 7th grade, 8th grade graduation to go into high school, and then I had a high school graduation. You
didn't have an elementary school? Did you have an elementary school graduation?
No.
So we have kindergarten, end of elementary, end of middle school, end of high school. That is 4 graduations, K through 12.
Yeah.
I don't recall having one other than my high school graduation, which I did not want to attend, did not want to wear a shirt and tie, no air conditioning on the bus. I'm sweating profusely. I've got a puddle stain that looks like it's a fashion statement going down both sides.
Gross.
I was like, can we just mail my diploma? I didn't even want to go to my Temple graduation in 2006 when I graduated. I was like, just send me my degree in the mail.
Agreed.
And my wife's best friend was texting me saying, do you recall any of these? I said, no. And I remember when I was in elementary school for kindergarten, you had AM and PM. Now I think it's all day long, correct?
It is. Because I'm going through this now because I remember I said to my wife, I was like, did you go to kindergarten all day? And she says, no.
No.
And it was AM and PM.
I was a PM kid.
And now we're all we're all doing the all day kindergarten thing, which I think is way better.
Oh, I agree.
Who the hell can, pick somebody up at noon or 1 o'clock?
What an inconvenience to parents who work.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they're doing it that way.
Yeah.
It depends on, as far as that goes, because I have relatives in Chester County, it depends on your school district. Some of the public schools still do that where you can choose between do you want the early or the later.
Yeah.
But as far as this goes, I believe that this is driven by, I will say, the Catholic schools. Because Larry, my husband went to grew up in Delaware County, went to all Catholics, St. Philomena's,
same with my wife.
So all the Catholic schools, absolutely, they're into this. All the private schools have been into this forever. These are their traditions. So I think that fuels then the public schools to do more.
I don't know. Isn't it kind of your job to graduate? I mean,
Yes.
It feels like it's like this participation trophy award society we live in.
I disagree.
But 4 of them, though?
I think it's an absolute celebration of your kids. And if you paid for private school, You know what I mean? I think you deserve a
celebration. Come on.
Isn't that what bumper
It's a
stickers are for?
passage of life.
So
no,
here's-
absolutely.
Here's what I'm going to say is that
You guys are wrong about this.
The
No,
younger
you're
kids,
wrong.
the younger kids, like we're gonna do a preschool graduation. It's adorable. We're gonna do
Thank you.
a kindergarten graduation. That's adorable.
Yes.
It stops until
High
school day.
Okay, so
Because when-
K and 12,
Well, then
Yeah.
why are you taking off?
but no
why are you taking off
but
June
no
10th?
5 at 1.
Because it's adorable and
That's-
sweet.
I have to
and
answer to my
because
wife.
parental involvement
Great question.
matters.
Yeah, great question.
I have a
Don
wife
Stanley.
to make
Yeah.
sure the home life remains intact.
He wants to be there for his daughters.
being-
Please.
No,
Is
actually, I
there-
don't. I don't want to be there for the. No, I don't think they should be celebrated for
As your
completing 5th
attorney,
grade.
would
Yes.
advise you not to say that.
I agree with you. I agree with you that the little kids amazing because it's a cool opportunity for them. It stops until high school.
Okay, so kindergarten and 12th grade is good.
Yes.
5th grade, 8th grade, no good.
Yes.
Okay, moms,
I can
help
live
me
with
out.
that.
So my husband and I debate all of this stuff. Like we have something tonight with it. So
But again, I'm
it's
sorry.
the moms need this because your kids are growing up.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Don
Yeah.
Stanzon. But this is the we. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh my
Let
God.
me finish, would you?
Greg was going to say,
I had a Biden moment.
I have him twice a show.
I had Don Stenslin on the ropes there.
Uh-oh,
I
you let her off the
was-
hook.
I was gonna.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Are there too many graduations? Vote now. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. I'm going to put yes.
I'm going to argue that this is a mom-dad issue because my husband, I don't think my husband's going to go to, there's a thing tonight. There are dinners.
Yes.
And they're
part of
all
this-
optional.
But part of this is, and again, women and men wired differently. That's okay. But I think for moms, especially for your youngest child or for your only child, I think that to celebrate every milestone,
Oh,
you're getting
milestone.
together with all the moms.
Please. Ugh, no, nobody wants to do that. But
The
to
ask
Nick's
your
point,
wives.
Nick's point, he has to take off a day of radio, a day of work because of
well,
his job.
God forbid,
Which I almost never do.
To
God forbid.
to go to a 5th grade graduation. Like that's
to
just
be an involved dad.
that's ridiculous.
I will say this:
One
I'm glad
day-
it's not at night. I am so tired of having to go to the elementary school at 6:30 for these chorus concerts and all this other nonsense. My God,
You
to
are-
me, it's a story if you don't graduate, because then it's like, well, what the hell were you doing? How
I
did
know.
you fail?
What am I? Yes. What am I
That's
paying
not
for?
what this is. This is adorable, and
Ridiculous.
every one of these ceremonies.
They don't
is
even give
wonderful.
grades in 5th grade.
Oh well, that's
That's another. I mean, that's
That's not
another
good.
outrage. Remember, I told you that story.
yeah.
You know, down in Nashville, you were still getting A's and B's and C's. Come up here, and all of a sudden in Bluebell and Wissahickon, it's at level, meeting demands, or exceeding them, and almost nobody can reach the exceeding. So my
But this
daughters
is-
are like, yep, they're good enough to go to 6th grade.
This is part of the trophy generation thing, whereas like you're celebrated for doing a job that you're supposed to do.
Well, that's why we have Gen Z signing up for Adulting 101 classes, which we'll get to that story a little later if we have time. I mean, my God.
Go to
This
YouTube.
is-
Go to YouTube, youtube.com/@1210WPHT. Right now, let's see. Are there too many graduations?
I'm going to say Stenslin's in the lead here.
No,
Thank
yes is winning 82%.
Woohoo!
Yes. No, meaning there are too many graduations. So you're
Oh,
in the
boo.
minority.
You're in the 18%.
All right, moms, women.
It is being
I think this is an issue of the dads.
Close the
would
poll
agree
right
with you.
now.
My
Close
husband
the
would
poll.
agree. No, you have to let the women vote because I think this is a mom-dad thing. I think that for moms, I can remember. I have videos. I have all the pictures from
Oh.
every kindergarten.
you have every bowel movement.
From when they graduated Montessori in the 3rd grade,
Just
and then from the 8th
stop.
grade,
Disgusting.
and then no, it's wonderful.
It does seem, I do think you are right, Dawn, with the Catholic school thing.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, I remember I had no interest in my high school graduation. It was at Stabler Arena at Lehigh University. And my wife, and we were dating at the time, she had just graduated a little earlier from Notre Dame Catholic High School. And it was all this pomp and circumstance, no pun intended, with the song. But it was like this rite of passage
yeah.
almost, right?
Yeah, and I think it's the state. It's also helpful for parents as it's a new stage of life.
It's annoying. You have to take off work.
What's
you have to do
wrong
like, oh God,
with
just
celebrating your kids. God forbid you're too busy for your kids to celebrate your children.
8:45 or 9 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday is not convenient for anyone.
And that thing better be air conditioned. I'm telling you right now.
Not convenient for anyone. It's ridiculous.